2-point game. Bucks on top. 2:43 left. Trailblazers trying to make it 2-0 to start this 6-game road trip. And the next game for us coming up, we head to Indianapolis following this game tonight. Have a day off tomorrow. Then Friday night on FSN, Blazers Pacers, 4 o'clock. And take a look at the last foul on Ime Udoka. Didn't quite have the baseline cut off.
And remember, it's Michael Redd. There's Nate. He's saying my man had his hands up. Michael Redd had nowhere to go. Didn't mean a thing.
And we saw you in the background drinking a Dr. Pepper.
Oh, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I missed it. How'd I look? By the way, Zach, how's he looked? 4 for 7 in this half. He had 9 points in the first half. He now has 14 points in this second half. So he has done a lot more in this half, 20 points, but not as much as Redd, who now sits at 27 points. So that's the difference right now in this ball game. Redd came alive a little quicker than Zach in this second half.
Zach 7 points in the quarter. LaMarcus Aldridge 6 points in the quarter on 3 of 3 shooting. He's Redd to the free throw line again. This will be his 10th free throw attempt. He has yet to miss.
I'd like to see him run that double pick play for Martell Webster. I think it would throw the defense that's set up to stop Zach.
Trying to get Zach Randolph freed up inside. They bring an immediate double team. They pass out of it. Jarrett, an open look at a 3. Top of the key is home.
Once again, they were using Zach as a decoy, and Zach gave it up 3 times now. He's given it up in a row. Blazers have gold as a career high for that young man, Jarrett Jack, tonight.
25 points, 9 assists, 10 of 16 shooting.
Boy, you got Udoka. He's fighting Redd for position. They're looking for him.
Patterson scores, and he's fouled. Oh.
There's the double team, and then there's Jack left wide open. They're taking him out of it, and on this end, there's no double team on Ruben Patterson, and boy, he produces. How many does he have now?
22.
22 points and 11 for 19 shooting. He's been playing very, very well with the injury to Charlie Villanueva.
And he's had his 5th foul for a while, too, in this quarter, and has done a nice job to not get himself fouled out.
Yeah, he's gone off of Zach, but he's the double team man.
Randolph guarded by Bogut down low. Jarrett swings. Udoka from his favorite spot. Good.
Once again, Zach gets double teamed by Ruben Patterson, and the Blazers make him pay. All of a sudden, the basketball game is broken out in this arena.
Blazers shooting up to 46%.
Yes.
Milwaukee up to 47.
Both teams tomorrow will say, why didn't we start earlier? All this good work. Boy, look at him look for Redd right now.
Redd going to work on Udoka. Jarrett's going to hang the double. Got to be careful of the 3-second technical. Redd, a wild look. Not good. Rebound loose. Patterson grabs it for the Bucks. Mo Williams thought about a 3. Going to take Jarrett Jack. Aldridge blocks the shot. But right to Bell. Then he throws it away. Portland's got it back with the game tied at 86. What a block by Aldridge.
Boy, they almost didn't get it over half court for the 8 seconds. Nate says, I want a timeout.
Under a minute to play. These young Trailblazers have been in this situation before, like last night. Well, the Trailblazers wanted to keep these first 2 games on this road trip in their kind of a tempo and their kind of a scoring range. It was 88-85 last night, the final. It's tied at 86. Take a look at the extra pass, Jarrett Jack to Udoka.
Yeah, it's just marvelous the last 4 possessions, the way they've done it. And look at Marcus Aldridge coming over and saving an easy layup. That's what the big guy has to do, and that's what he's starting to do. Exert himself a little bit more on that defensive end.
And getting big minutes here in crunch time is LaMarcus Aldridge.
Now, will they go to Zach as the decoy again, or will they work Zach outside on the high pick and roll? And now Ruben Patterson, with his 5 fouls, has moved over to check Zach Randolph.
Blazers inbound to Aldridge.
I'd like to foul Rubin out.
Jarrett Jack drops it back to Randolph. Shot clock at 5. Zach fades. Wild shot. Caught by LaMarcus, but no time left. Jarrett for 3. No! And Milwaukee with it. Boy, it looked like Jarrett Jack had a chance at that, even though it was a shot to beat the shot clock buzzer. And now Terry Stotts thought about calling a timeout and does not now.
I can't believe they know they're going to go to Red. They're going to try to get Red the ball. They left Bogut open.
Shot clock at 5. Red. Williams. They swing it. Bell for 3. No. Rebound loose. Aldridge has it. Portland wants time. Now we'll take it.
What a great rebound by LaMarcus Aldridge.
Boy, Nate McMillan screaming, get it up, trying to get the ball over half court to take the 20. That's all Portland has left. They have one more 20, but they had 2 20s before that, of course, with the rule change. Take a look at Portland's defense, and credit again Ime Udoka.
Yeah, and LaMarcus Aldridge coming down to help out. They let Bogut go. They know he's not going to win the game. Oh, nice defense all the way around by the Blazers. And then look at the big guy come up with a rebound in traffic.
Boy, LaMarcus Aldridge, you know, the Trailblazer coaching staff, when they saw him this summer, they were realistic and conservative in their expectations of him in this first year and said, well, he's probably a couple of years away from being a big-time contributor here in the NBA. Well, after that, he had surgery on his shoulder, which left him unable to participate in training camp. But yet here we are in the month of December. He's getting crunch minutes in late and fourth quarter situations and coming up huge.
And there's a guy at home named Brandon Roy that is also, after this road trip is over, I have my fingers crossed and my toes crossed, because that's another young man that's really going to make headlines before his career is over in this NBA. Juan Dixon in the game. I like Martell Webster to end this game.
Juan Dixon 0 for 8 shooting on the night. So it would seem right that perhaps he would hit one. And Portland has to spend their final 20-second timeout, but you do want to get it right. There's just 8.6 seconds left. They were a little confused.
Not a little.
A lot.
A lot.
So Portland without a timeout left. Blazers, by the way, and you talk about Nate McMillan's coaching in these situations. Blazers 5-1 in games decided by 4 points or less. This was last night.
Yeah, Zach Randolph threw it back out. Didn't have anything. Gets it back against Prince. Tayshaun couldn't do the job, and Zach could.
But that was Detroit, who was going one-on-one on Zach Randolph. Milwaukee hasn't done that. So what's your play here?
Yeah, my play here is, once again, run Zach down low. Make it look like you're going to him. Give Martell Webster a pick. Aldridge, give Webster a pick. Let Webster come out. Shoot that J on Mr. Red and win the game.
McMillan reminding his team we don't have any timeouts left.
It looks
so they've
like
got to get it in bounds here.
Looks like Jack is the man that they're going to.
Jarrett, 6 seconds. Dixon, they go to Randolph, 3 seconds. Zach through the middle, fades with one hand. No! No!
That was it.
It rolls out, and we're going to overtime. The first overtime game for either of these teams this season. That ball was in and out. Trailblazers and Bucks tied at 86. Well, our night gets a little longer here in Milwaukee as we head to overtime. As I mentioned before, first overtime game for both teams. Trailblazers' final play, Zach Randolph. It was an awkward look, but we've seen him put these down, and this one was in and out.
He waited for the clock to run down, and right here, I thought it was going to roll in. Unbelievable. Zach, and that they didn't double team him, so that's the guy to go to. Because he's such a great foul shooter, you can go to him, unlike Shaquille O'Neal or somebody like that, Duncan, who they get a little nervous at the end.
Patterson with the good defense. Rubin 5 fouls here.
And he pushes back to help in the middle. They don't push towards the baseline like a lot of teams do. They push back to the middle. They got the help, but Zach also had the shot. Either team has played an overtime game this year. And as you said earlier, MB, this club, Milwaukee's 2-4 here at home, so it's not a big home court advantage.
But are they looking at this now as they just dodged a huge bullet? Now they have a chance to right some wrongs, and that is losing at home and coming home after that nice West Coast trip where they went 2 for 2, or 2 and 2, excuse me. And the Trailblazers here with a chance to win it in regulation, see the ball spin out. You got to think the Bucks now feeling they've got a little momentum, but also keep in mind Portland played last night in Detroit, a physical game. Will they have the legs here in overtime?
I would have liked Joel to start just to get this opening tip. I like the
what
team
makes you
that
think
scores.
LaMarcus won't?
I don't think so. I don't think he probably will.
You're out of your mind.
Tip.
He's got arms down to his knees.
I know it. He just completely continues to surprise me in everything he does. Oh, now Bogut. He can score on Bogut.
They got to protect Ruben Patterson. They don't want him fouled out early in this overtime. Foul called on Bogut. Free throws coming likely for Zach Randolph.
On the floor, I think.
Right, ball out of bounds.
First foul in the overtime. Now, they're not doubling Zach quite as quick because LaMarcus Aldridge has proven he is a threat to them. And, of course, Martell Webster's out there.
Blazers a little confused offensively. Shot clock all the way down to 6 now. Martell's still with it. Back to Jarrett Jack.
That's because they went to a zone.
Aldridge got to put it up. Throws up a wild 3, and it rims out. And the rebound pulled down by Red.
That zone defense, the Bucks threw it at them, and it kind of surprised the Blazers. They had nothing going against it.
Bogut, nice pass to Patterson.
Patterson's the guy that has killed the Blazers so far. That's 24 points for Ruben Patterson. Now they're out of the zone, back to their man-to-man. Ime,
right block. Turns on Red, lost the ball. Tried to get it back, run down by his own man. Down goes Aldridge. Jarrett Jack then trying to draw a foul. Can't. Tipped up. No! Aldridge had a good look at him. Here comes Patterson. Red for 3.
Oh. Well, that was even in more than Zach's ball at the end of regulation. Oh. Now you got to get Zach involved.
Offensive foul.
See,
Fourth foul on Zach.
That's not the place to go with the right hand. That's foul line extended. Down the baseline, he can go with his right hand and spin back left. But when you're going with your right hand almost at the top of the key, now you really have to know what you're doing. And that's not Zach's strong point, way out there with that right hand.
It's just Portland's 6th turnover this half. They, of course, struggled in the first half with 11. Bell trying to take LaMarcus Aldridge baseline, and a foul called on LaMarcus.
Fouls number 12, LaMarcus Aldridge is 4th.
Way Udoka's going to be, he's going to sleep tomorrow. He has played such a great game.
40 minutes for Ime tonight.
Yeah, 40 minutes. He averages 28 on the season.
Catch and fire by Red. It's such a quick shot. It's for 2. And Milwaukee a 4-point lead.
Oh, what a shot that was.
And Portland calls time. 2:49 left. The Trailblazers have energy for one more push. .249 left here in overtime. The Blazers and the Bucks. Portland had an opportunity to win it in regulation. And since then, it's been Ruben Patterson and Michael Red. Ruben there on the baseline with the spin with the left, and then posting up Zach Randolph and getting the and one. Patterson, a great night for him. 24 points, 6 rebounds, and he's been playing with 5 fouls for a long time.
Juan Dixon in the game now from Martell Webster. This would be a nice time to get Juan Dixon going.
Aldridge squares up on Patterson, takes him baseline, missed the shot. Zach had it, lost it. Picked up by Williams. Patterson's on the left. He flips it up and in.
Well, they haven't had many of those opportunities to run tonight. The Blazers have made this into a half-court game. It looks like now they'll go zone defense. Try to keep the Blazers from getting the ball into Zach.
Jarrett Jack down the lane, throws it in. Jarrett continues adding to his career high, 27 now to go along with 10 assists.
Once again, that zone looked terrible for Milwaukee, but I could see why they were using it there to keep that net around Zach.
Shot clock at 6. Williams.
Well, Williams hasn't done too much tonight, and he makes a big shot right there. Blazers must answer right here.
Dixon gets the pick from Aldridge. Needs help. Udoka steps and fires a 3. It's off. Randolph tries to keep it alive, and the Bucks grab the rebound.
Now this is when the Blazers, every shot they have to have 4 going to the offensive rim.
Red.
Well, back-to-back games hurt in overtime.
Blazers had their opportunities in this one, and the end of regulation, Zach Randolph had a good look and had a spin out, and it's been all Bucks here in OT. .103 left. The Bucks leading it by 8. Michael Redd has gotten his points. It took a while, but 33 now in this game. You take a look at the last play, this jumper with Udoka doing a nice job defensively on him.
Yeah, it's just, this is the 9th time he will have 30 points in a game. So difficult. Udoka's done a tremendous job on him, but you can't stop him all night long.
Down goes Randolph inside. Jarrett Jack being hounded, nowhere to go. Williams knocked it away. Jarrett just trying to get it to somebody. Martell in the corner buries a long 3. 46 seconds left. It's a 5-point game.
You don't need to foul now. You got to play this one out and then see where you stand.
By the way, Martell Webster, 5 3-pointers now. That's a Blazer high for the season. 3-pointer off, Randolph the rebound. Blazers want to move it up the floor.
Yeah, you got to push it up right now.
Jack around a big pick. Aldridge gets taken out. Jarrett has it spin out. Udoka then called for the loose ball foul.
Yeah, you had to do that. You hit the board, and if you don't get it, foul. Because you only have 16 seconds left and you're down 5. So you can't let any time run off the clock. Very smart by Ime. They got one more before they go shoot the penalty, so Blazers have to come up and do the same thing. Try to intercept the inbound pass and then foul. Boy, they showed so much heart coming back. And it looked like the offense wasn't there. Zach was on the bench, but boy, they put a lot of things together to get it a tie game with the ball and 7 seconds to go, and it just wouldn't go down for Zach Randolph. And boy, that was the momentum that the Bucks needed going into this overtime.
Well, you can see it on the Bucks' faces that they left the floor after Zach had that move across the key. Ruben Patterson looking over at us and taking a deep breath. But the Bucks smiling as if to say, well, we dodged that bullet. Now we have a chance to make up for all that has happened tonight with a good overtime session, and they've done it. 20-second timeout called by Portland. Just 16 seconds left, though, in a 7-point game.
Yeah, they got Zach in gear late in this ball game, and you know, and that's when they really started scoring points. And Jarrett Jack with his career high tonight, adding 27 points. He has 10 assists. So just an all-around very, very good game for Jarrett Jack. But it's a game that on this road trip you could have been 2-0. And that's, young teams will look back and say, man, we had it going. We're bonding. We're coming together. But I know Nate will feel this one, because as bad as the Blazers played in the first half, they came back out and had a chance to win this.
games still to come on this trip against Indiana, Toronto, Philadelphia, and Memphis. So a long way to go. We're just getting started.
Yeah, we sure are. And it's going to be 10 degrees in Indianapolis tomorrow.
Oh, a little warmer than here then. Ime can't get it in. Finally, they throw it away.
And Martell got hit. He got hit in the face and then kind of looked down. And, you know, they couldn't call a timeout there. They had to. That's when you have to bite the bullet and at least get it in bounds.
Jack fouls Williams. Crowd's happy because they want whatever food item it is you get here for hitting 100 points. Cheeseburgers.
Well, they average 100 a game, but they give up 104. So defensively, they'll look upon this as a pretty good game. Blazers normally average around 93 points a game. So they're a little bit below, but they had the tempo of the game going just about where they wanted it, the Blazers, throughout this game. There's the third leading scorer in the NBA, Michael Redd.
Well, keep in mind it was 38-37 at halftime. We talked about how Portland had it in their tempo. Jarrett Jack drives and throws it in and is fouled. So Jarrett Jack a chance to hit the 30-point mark with a made free throw. And if he does, with Rubin coming out to a nice ovation. 26 for Patterson tonight. To continue the thought, if Jarrett Jack does hit 30, he'll be the first Blazer to score 30 or more in a game since who?
I remember Darius Miles getting 47.
That's the last time it's happened by somebody other than Zach Randolph. And that was back in April of 2005. Zach's had 39 times.
Yeah.
Since then. And there it is, the hard way, that Jarrett has 30. The inbound to Bell. And he's fouled by Aldridge. Blazers don't quit.
So often you see in the NBA they shake hands with about 15 seconds to go, and if a guy like LeBron James walks off the court, he gets criticized for a month. The Blazers are going to play this out, and I know this one will hurt. This was one that you did everything, you made the right moves to get back in the game, and then the shot wouldn't drop to win it. And I'll tell you, each game is a learning experience for a guy named LaMarcus Aldridge. He just, and I thought Webster shot the ball very well tonight. But, you know, he's kind of got that, he'll score 16 one game. It all depends on how much attention they pay him on the other end.
Jarrett Jack will try a three, and this one's short. And that finally will do it. As the Milwaukee Bucks come home from their road trip and scramble to defeat the Trailblazers tonight. The Blazers were looking to start their 6-game road trip 2-0. But have Zach Randolph's shot at the horn in regulation just rattle out. And then the Bucks, feeling the momentum they needed to carry on through overtime, get the victory. Stay tuned, more to come.
This is the best time of the year. And it's only at your Toyota dealer. It's Toyotathon. The perfect time to save on many of the Toyotas you've been wishing for. This is your opportunity for year-end savings.